Okay, I have been getting out the Jan Brett Christmas collection, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. It's this big honkin' storybook of Jan Brett's. She's the author, and she's known for like her really fun pictures, and I really enjoy her Christmas storybook. I bought that I think last year for Christmas for my kids, and I've been trying to branch out and read more of her stuff. Stick to the Christmas stuff. This was basically a reinterpretation of her book The Mitten, or another version she has is The Hat, and this one is called The Umbrella. Basically, a bunch of animals fit into an umbrella until it breaks and they all fall out. That's essentially the story. But the pictures are gorgeous. Jan Brett does such a good job. This also has some Spanish in it, which was fun. I am so bad with other languages and books. I get so thrown off. It's like Dr. Seuss. Like, if there's a made-up word or a different language, my brain does not know how to like switch back and forth. So this was a little bit of a struggle for me to read. But if you speak Spanish or know any Spanish, it's very probably fun to read. It takes place in the Amazon, so it's got like toucans and tree frogs and a lot of animals I don't know how to pronounce. But it was really cute and a familiar story for us, but if you haven't read Jan Brett before, this could be a fun one for you. But yeah, I really like Jan Brett, and these are good. Yeah. This one, I Am Thankful, a Thanksgiving book for kids. It was fine. I love books that talk about giving thanks and being grateful and helping others, and this was exactly that. The only issue I had was that it was very repetitive. You know, books that have almost like in poetry or songs, it has like a chorus or like a repeated stanza. It has that. And so every couple of pages, it will say, I am thankful, my heart grows, love fills me from head to toes. And it says that like pretty much every other page. Oh, yeah, and there it is again. So every couple pages it just says that again. But I did really like it because it talks about different families and different cultures and how they give thanks and what people do on Thanksgiving. So I thought that was really fun, and I really did like that, and it gave me some ideas of how to celebrate the holidays. So that was a fun one for us. I liked that. What comes first? This was such a weird pick. I think my son chose it because it had a bunch of colors on it or something. I'm not sure. But it's a book about how to follow like directions and pick out the patterns in like a sentence. So, for example, this says, Maya likes her garden. She puts a seed in the ground. Weeks later, there's a plant in her garden. What comes first? So it would be, you know, she puts a seed in the ground. So it has pages like that. And so my son really had to listen pretty intently to figure out what it was asking and how it was asking it. So this was a cool one. I didn't mind it. Another example from it. Zoe and her dad go to the grocery store. They buy lots of food. They go home and cook a meal. What comes first? They go to the grocery store. But I think this is really good for critical thinking for kids. And honestly, when I was reading it, I was like, wow, I wish I had been prepared for word problems in math with this kind of book, because I have always struggled with math word problems, and I feel like this is really good to grow that part of your brain. So yeah, what comes first? A book about sequences. This was a fun find. Super random, but fun find. Okay, one of our favorites for this week, Saturday at the Food Pantry. So this book is just darling. I love the illustrations. I love the story. It's about a little girl who goes to the food pantry with her mom, and the message of it is basically everyone needs help sometimes, and don't be ashamed of that. She goes to the food pantry on Saturday, and she sees her friend in line and tries to say hi, but her friend kind of ignores her. And she finds out it's because her friend is really ashamed to be at the food pantry, which just like broke my heart. How sad. And I know a lot of people feel that way. But then, you know, they start drawing pictures for everyone and bringing a lot of joy to everyone in the line, everyone that's struggling. And the little girl wants to pick out cookies for a little treat, and her mom's like, no, we need to be responsible and only take what we absolutely need. And then the store clerk, as they're checking out, is like, hey, Everyone deserves a treat. Like, take the cookies. And I love that. I think in this world, everyone is struggling right now. Like, life is hard. And I just think, like, books like this are so important for kids to learn. You shouldn't be ashamed that you need help sometimes. You shouldn't be ashamed that, like, you can't make it on your own. None of us can. It takes a village for adults and children. And I love that this book really represented that. And in the end, they get together and they have a nice little cookie party at their house with their friend. And it's true. Everyone does deserve a treat. You deserve a treat today. Just so you know. This is not just a millennial thing. You do anything, you get a treat. Everyone deserves a treat, okay? As a millennial, I'm with it. I agree, okay? I'm on that ship. Okay, and then the last one was all of our favorites. It was such a cute, weird little book. It's called Stack the Cats. It was so funny. Most basic story ever. There's really no story. It's just talking about different ways that you can stack cats, literally. It's like a game. So it says 1 cat sleeps, 2 cats play, 3 cats stack. And it just goes on like that until they get like, the cats are falling, there's too many cats stacked, and then you can make 2 stacks, etc., etc. So I thought it was so cute. The pictures are so darling. It's just the funnest book. My kids loved it. It helped them count, and it helps them realize that you can group numbers differently, which is just fun, you know? Fun little educational book. Subliminal messaging. It's perfect. I loved it. Stack the Cats, favorite book of the week. Thanks so much for joining today. I hope that you can pick up some library books this week. Hopefully some ones we talked about. If not, tell me what you are reading. Give me some recommendations. I'd love to hear them. Thanks so much, guys. Bye!